जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनंदन जय व्रज जनरंजन जय व्रज जनरंजन जय जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय जय यशोदनंदन जय व्रज जनरंजन जय व्रज जनरंजन जय जय यमुनतीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री राधा कुंज बिहारी जी की जय, श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय, श्री श्री ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव जनिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Today we are going to read from verse 37 of the 17th chapter of 6th canto. Iti Bhagavato Devyah Pratishaptum Alantamaha Murdhna Sajagruhe Shapam Yetavat Sadhu Lakshanam. इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। प्रभु इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। माताजी। इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना सजगृहे शापम् एतावत् साधु लक्षणम्। इति भागवतो देव्याः प्रतिशप्तुम् अलन्तमः मूर्ध्ना स जगृहे शापम् ये तावत् साधु लक्षणम् इति. Thus Bhagavatah, the most exalted devotee, Devyaha of Parvati, Pratishaptum, to make a counter curse, Alantamaha, able in all respects, Murdna, with his head, Saha, he, Chitraketu, Jagrahe, accepted, Shapam, the curse, Yetavat, this much, Sadhu Lakshanam, the symptom of a devotee. Translation and purport based on Kesabhai Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. The great devotee Chitraketu was so powerful that he was quite competent to curse Mother Parvati in retaliation. But instead of doing so, he very humbly accepted the curse and bowed his head before Lord Shiva and his wife. This is very much to be appreciated as a standard behavior of a Vaishnava. Purport, please hear. Upon being informed by Lord Shiva, Mother Parvati could understand that she was wrong in cursing Chitraketu. King Chitraketu was so exalted in his character that in spite of being wrongly cursed by Parvati, he immediately descended from his airplane and bowed his head before the mother, accepting her curse. This has already been explained. Narayana paras sarve na kutaschana bibhyati. Chitraketu very sportingly felt that since the mother wanted to curse him, he could accept this curse just to please her. This is called Sadhu Lakshanam, the characteristic of a sadhu or a devotee. As explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna. A devotee should always be very humble and meek and should offer all respects to others, especially to superiors. Being protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee is always powerful, but a devotee does not wish to show his power unnecessarily. However, when a less intelligent person has some power, he wants to use it for sense gratification. This is not the behavior of a devotee. Jai Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Purports ki Jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmelitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham mande Shri Gurun Dinataharinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyamishwaram. Namo Vishnu Pada Vishnu Bhutale Srimate Mahamni Namo Vishnu Pada Vishnu Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Navadi Paschata Deshatarani Hare Krishna Prabhus, Hare Krishna Matajis. So nice to be with you all today morning. Just enjoying Bhagavatam together. Bhagavatam is enjoyed both by being alone also and together in the Sangha of devotees also. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayanah katah tajjoshanada shapavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktiranukramishyati. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. In the assembly of devotees, if we discuss about Krishna and his glories and his pastimes, then bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kataha. Our heart, ear, everything gets purified. Tajjoshanad ashu apavarga vartmani. If we get liberated from this material sufferings. And not only that, Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti, in one by one, step by step, we can attain that. It's very beautiful to realize the power of discussing Bhagavatam in the devotee association, because we all have a common agenda in mind. Common agenda is to glorification of Krishna. So when we come together, starting the day with Mangalarti, then chanting, then Guru Puja, all these things rejuvenates our devotional service every day. Actually, we get automatically attached to this seva. If we even if you are not in the temple and stay somewhere else also, if you have our own little puja, the morning puja, chanting, all these things in a strict with tapascharya, with austerity, then it actually improves our health, improves our we become cheerful, prasanna chetasa. Everybody is running after different places for prasanna chetasa. We don't understand that Bhagavatam gives us so much prasannata. And once my Guru Maharaj, Sonas Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, he lived up to 90 years. And he had a lot of ailments. Because of old age. He can't walk, we need one hand to support. And ek baar we were actually going in the morning, early morning in the Mangalarti, it was dark. उनके आश्रम से मंदिर just about 200 meters का distance, 200-300 meters का distance. So he will have to get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock to get ready and then go. So at that time I was pretty young. It was like 20 years ago. And Maharaj had to walk, and he had to walk slowly only. He said something very interesting. Old age is so difficult that you lose the senses slowly, gradually the senses go down. Hearing sense goes down, seeing sense goes down, touching sense also goes down. So what happens when you put your feet on the floor? When you put your feet on the floor, you will not feel it. ये मून में वॉकिंग करने का जैसा है. Like you are walking in the air. So we walk very fast because we know that once you put your foot, you are very confirmed that you are putting foot on the floor, you will not fall. What if you are putting a foot at पानी में तो हम we cannot walk in water. Why? Because in water you don't have the ground. Right? So we are all land people. So he said that when I am walking, I don't even know whether I am stepping or not. So I can't walk fast. Sometimes it will be stone, but I will not know if I had stepped on the stone. So he said, old age is so miserable that people become mad when they get into old age. And then he told me that the only thing that will keep you prasanna is your attachment to Bhagavatam. When you keep taking lessons, taking and relishing Bhagavatam and distributing the same bliss, automatically when you relish Bhagavatam, you will become blissful. Then you just have to distribute the same bliss to others. And that when you do, it becomes, because you are spreading bliss everywhere, cheerfulness. That cheerfulness, English word is not in any way close to prasannata. Prasannata is, there is no equivalent, English equivalent. That prasannata, cheerfulness is possible. That is why even with all the inconveniences, ailments, disease, everything, he could give so much wisdom to everybody. And that is all because of not doing pratikriya. This whole chapter is about not doing pratikriya. Not only this whole chapter, the entire Bhagavatam is to avoid pratikriya. Pratikriya means counteraction or retaliation. That pratikriya, when you stop, you become so happy. You become so prasanna. Why? There are two things we do when we are doing not, when we avoid pratikriya. Minimum two things. More things will be there, but minimum two things. First thing is you save time. अगर प्रतिक्रिया करना है तो इतना प्लान करना पड़ेगा. I have to, he insulted me, I have to insult him in the same way. Let me do it this way, let me do it that way. Like that, so many planning and thing I have to do, that in the planning only I lose half my consciousness. Simply accept. When we simply accept the situation, then we will be able to be attached to Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam's full message is about no pratikriya is the best pratikriya, no counteraction, the best counteraction. And if you also be in the same way, no pratikriya, then first thing you get is you have so much time to do Bhagavatam. We keep telling, no, Prabhu, no time for Bhagavatam, no time for Bhagavatam. Anybody who says no time is Mayavadi. Time is Krishna. You say no time means no Krishna. Correct? Now, yes, simply Mayavadi. Krishna, you are denying Krishna, or atheist in the first place. So we should never say no time. We have so much time really. Frankly speaking, you take so many of our leaders, you take any of them, they are Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Param Puja Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Param Puja Jayapatak Maharaj, they are all having so much illness. They are not in their, they are having so many illness that they had to go to doctor every other day, surgery. Maharaj, Jayapatak Maharaj have gone through so many surgeries. Right? And Gopal Krishna Maharaj is having also so many ailments. In spite of that, I have seen early morning, 4 o'clock, he gets up and so much of it. How many of you have seen it? Maharaj has this entire paraphernalia of deities, and he will do Mangalarati. Every one of the deity he will do Abhishek, and he will do cleaning, everything he will do, and we will have to sing Mangalarati and everything. And he will ask us to read Bhagavatam while he is doing the whole thing. I had a chance to do that when Maharaj came to Srirangam. I was so amazed that I have never seen him do that. The first time I was seeing, because we were serving Maharaj, we had got a chance to serve Maharaj, and Maharaj was doing all these things, and he said, you all continue singing some Saradava, Tulsi Arati, or the personal servant was telling us that you do all these prayers, Guru Puja, everything done, then still Maharaj will do some. So he said, bring Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam. I was always looking forward to do that. So immediately they were searching for Bhagavatam. My one volume was there, so I brought it and sat down and I read the purports and everything, and so happy, a blissful day it was. And Maharaj engaged us. Same thing with many of the sincere senior devotees. They are all showing us by practice that this body is supposed to get degenerated. That is why Shiryate iti shariraha. इसको शरीर बोलते हैं ना. Shiryate iti shariraha. Shiryate means decay. Decay. That which decays is called sharira. The decay is shown slowly one by one. All the Agni, fire goes down. The air circulation goes down. Water generation, that also goes down. So we have to understand that these are all going to happen and increase the intensity of our Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita studies. So much purport Prabhupada has given. In this chapter, if you look into every single purport has some beautiful line to take from. Beautiful lines to take from. So first thing you do is you save time. First thing you do is you save time. Second thing happens is you see Krishna's hand in everything. So even unfavorable situations you see Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Radha Kunji Bihari Ji ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai. So even in unfavorable situation you start to see Krishna, you will not do pratikriya. You see, this is how Pariksit Maharaj also did. Pariksit Maharaj, he got a sharp unnecessarily. It was not needed at all. But like Prabhupada says here, however, when a less intelligent person has some power, he wants to use it for sense gratification. This is not the behavior of a devotee. This is not the behavior of the devotee. This is what Shringi did. He just wanted to show his prowess to his friends. So immediately after hearing, without even doing any proper inquiry, he immediately cursed Pariksit Maharaj to die in 7 days. But Pariksit Maharaj also could have cursed back. It's a beautiful verse, similar to this verse. Even though he is powerful, he did not curse. No, the same way in 1848 you will see this beautiful verse. This is also very nice. This is similar to what we are this is similar to what we are talking about here. Sthiraskrita vipralabdha shapta kshipta hata api na asya pratikurvanti tadbhakta prabhavopihi. Same thing, tadbhakta prabhavopihi. They are very powerful to do counter curse. Very powerful to do counter curse, but they will not do. What is Tiraskrita? Tiraskrita means defame, insulting. Vipralabdha, cheated. Then Shapta, sharp, giving curse. And then Kshipta. Kshipta means neglect, ignore. When we ignore people, they feel very bad, isn't it? In fact, Prabhupada says that neglect is worse than killing. Killing also once you do finished. But neglect means your mind will be disturbed all the time. So never neglect any living entities. Kshipta. And then hata api, even being killed. Na asya pratikurvanti. Same thing, no pratikriya. Tadbhakta prabhavopihi. Even though they are very powerful, they are very powerful, they won't do. This is Shamik Rishi is telling about Pariksit Maharaj. And that's why Pariksit Maharaj did not counter curse. And what did he do? Tasyaiva meghasya paravaresho vyasakta chittasya grihesha bhikshnam nirvedamulo dvijashaparupo yatra prasakto bhayamashu datte. He is saying this. He is saying tasyaiva me agasya. You see how nice humility. We have to understand, relish Bhagavatam like this. With so much nice quality, Pariksit Maharaj's quality is being revealed in this verse. Tasyaiva me agasya. I am so sinful. Agha means sin. I am so papi, so much of a sinful person that para avaresha. The Lord is so kind to me. And here, he doesn't tell Krishna as Janardana, Govinda, or Damodara. He doesn't address him as all these straightforward names. He addresses him as Paravaresha. Why Paravaresha? Every name where Krishna's names are addressed in different ways, devotees have certain reasons to address like that. Para, Avara, Isha, controller. Para, Avara means spiritual world and material world. He is the controller of the spiritual world and the material world. Now he is telling, I did this sin to this Rishi because I am happy that he is spiritual, he is the controller of the spiritual world. We don't have any problem Krishna ruling the Golok Vrindavan. We have a problem only when Krishna rules our bank balance and our body and our emotions and our relations and all those things, isn't it? So we are happy to see that Krishna is spiritual world, whatever. I don't have any connection to the spiritual world. But in the material world, I am the controller. I am the controller. And that was the reason for my mistake. Material world also, Krishna is only controlling. Aham sarvasya prabhava mattah sarvam pravartate. Right? So, I forgot for a moment that you are the controller of the material world also. And then I did this papa, putting a dead snake in the neck of this Shamik Rishi, who was in Samadhi. And he is saying, this is because Vyasakta chittasya griheshu abhikshnam. Vyasakta means very much attached. Vyasakta chittasya, my chitta was very much attached to my treasury, my soldiers, all the people are respecting me, so much they are worshipping me every day. All these things have increased that pride in me. This is Pariksit Maharaj is telling. He was not proud, but he is, as a humble devotee, Trinadapi Sunichana, Tarorapi Savishnuna, he is genuinely feeling it. Vyasakta chittasya griheshu abhikshnam. So much attached to my griha. That's the reason for me to do this. Nirveda mulo. Krishna wanted to detach me. The root of this detachment. He wanted to create detachment from this, from these attachments. How he did it? Dvija Shapa Rupa. Dvija Shapa Rupa means Krishna came in the form of the Brahmana boy's curse. He said, no, Keshavadruta Narhari Rupa. Keshavadruta Bhrigupati Rupa. So he saw Keshavadruta Dvija Shapa Rupa. That is another 11th incarnation of Krishna. So we have to see Krishna in all the unfavorable circumstances also. Nirveda mulo dvija shapa rupo yatra prasakto bhayamashu datte. Krishna decided that only by giving him the fear of death, this man will come to his senses. So Krishna came in the form of this Brahmana boy's curse. This is his humility. And because of this humility, today we are sitting and discussing Bhagavatam. He could have counter-cursed. The Bhagavatam would not have happened. Right? He could have arrested that boy. He would have arrested the sage along with the boy. He could have said, you did not train your son properly, everything. This is when the leaders show by practice how to behave in unfavorable circumstances, then the general must also follow. Because he heard 7 days Bhagavatam, all of us are reading Bhagavatam, especially Prabhupada is a manifestation of Pariksit Maharaj only. Prabhupada has taken Bhagavatam specifically and expanded it so much that frankly speaking, from those days, nobody did this study, scrutinizing study of Bhagavatam so seriously. Everybody does katha. It's nice to hear katha, but they don't do scrutinizing study. See how nice every single word is. So amazing each line is. Prabhupada personally practiced that in his life. When he was having this league of devotees in that Jhansi, somebody gave the building. When he was doing it for 1 year, 2 years. He was doing it for 1 year, 2 years. And then what happened? Suddenly that person came, that owner came and said, I want to use it for some ladies club, you please leave. Prabhupada didn't ask a single question. He just packed his bag, gave the key, without even turning back, he just left. And if he had not left there and did pratikriya, International Society of Krishna Consciousness would not have come into being. Krishna had something bigger for him. In Bari place also, continuously that neighbor was so envious she was, continuously she was complaining, police case, police case. The devotees are initially doing with Kartal Mangalarti. She complained to police. Then Prabhupada said, no, don't do Kartal, just simply clap your hands and that's enough. And even then she went and complained. Then Prabhupada said, no, let's move on. Krishna has something better for us. So no pratikriya. And then Bhaktivedanta Manor came, Soho Street came, and now all UK, so many temples are there. So when we don't do pratikriya, the result that we get is really amazing that we get. Unlimited mercy of Krishna will come. For that, first thing is we save time. We see that, I don't want to waste my time in this pratikriya. And second thing, why you don't do pratikriya? Because you see Krishna in that unfavorable situation also. Don't try to do counteraction. For every small things you want counteraction. Everything in the body, now the world has become so bad that the body, small things also you have to do. Earlier, tooth is gone means gone. That's it. But now here they implant, denture, bridge, so many things they say. And we do all these things just for, for small little thing that, I want to look good. What look good? Automatically your face is going to go. So pratikurvanti, all these are pratikriya. We can, little bit maybe you can do, but don't do when it is not coming all right. You just stop when it is continuously, it is going in opposite direction. We have to know, even if we have some little bit of thing here and there, we should do it in our pratikriya should be in such a way that pratikriya should not create more kriya. You understand? Our counteraction should be in such a way that you don't create more. Like for example, somebody is coming and shouting at me. If I can shout at him in return, but what it will do? He will shout more. If you keep quiet, then that person will stop and go away. Next time he will not come. Right? So when whatever pratikriya you do, that pratikriya, immediately you think of Krishna, that is the best pratikriya. That this is not meant for me. This is not meant for me at all. When we start thinking that way, then we give up. The best example is that the 24 gurus, the Avadut Brahmana learns from the eagle, vulture, baby vulture. It somehow, this baby vulture, it learns, they want the dead piece of flesh, So somehow it got one, and it was picking the flesh and was flying. Then all the other big vultures came to attack it for the thing. The small vulture, what did it do? It dropped the thing. Just drop it. Just drop it. All of them rushed behind that. So one devotee asked Maharaj, but then still it lost its food. That's okay. You can stay hungry, but the vultures would have killed this baby. Better to stay hungry than to die. So this is how we learn from it. When you don't do pratikriya, you gain a lot. Chitraketu gained a lot by not doing pratikriya. Why? He had a second opportunity to glorify Krishna. Because he didn't do pratikriya, he took another birth as Vritrasura. And as Vritrasura, in that body, in the Asur body also, he was so much of a devotee. He is teaching us how to glorify Krishna even in the most difficult circumstances, and how not to give up even if you are losing, and only thing is to glorify Krishna. Our existence, our whole life's existence is only to glorify Krishna. And so nice it is. When you glorify Krishna, he is giving more and more opportunity to serve him and glorify him. Today I was hearing the book distribution course. Man, it was like during the marathon days, how you do book distribution, I don't know, the devotees personally, but all 100 Maha big books, 200 Maha big books, it was really amazing how it is happening, because we are stopped doing pratikriya. We are only doing bhakti kriya, not pratikriya. Do only bhakti kriya. Just see Krishna. Whenever you have any problem with anybody, don't think of that person. Come and see Krishna. Or at home, keep a picture of Radha Kunj Bihari ji. Then you see him, he will always smile. Right? Pratikriya means they will frown at you. Then you also frown at them. Have you seen any picture of Krishna frowning? Because he is very detached. Krishna is smiling always because he has no connection with anything. Of all the 6 opulence, the last opulence renounced. When you are detached, you can smile with everybody. When you are attached, you cannot smile with everybody. You will have to choose, pick and choose whom to smile, whom not to smile. A detached person has nothing to possess. You say, smile at everybody. Okay, Prabhu, you don't do this, you do this. Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you have to go there, but you have to find your own way. Hare Krishna, I will do it. So this is how, when we are not having anything to own, anything to possess or control, that's the expectations. इसको अपेक्षा बोलते हैं. Expectations जब भी है हमारे पास, then immediately pratikriya, everything will come. That is why Krishna says in 11th canto so beautifully to Uddhava, please you can chant this verse, Nirapeksham Munim Shantam Nirvairam Samadarshanam Anubrajami Aham Nityam Puyeyeti Angrirenubihi. So best verse. Nirapeksham, these 5 qualities he wants devotees to have. Krishna says, if devotees have these 5 qualities, what he will do, he is telling. Nirapeksham means no expectation. No expectation is the best expectation. Suppose you come to the temple, you are thinking that, okay, I will get prasadam. And that day, prasadam somehow, it was all empty, finished. Just accept. Krishna, this is Krishna's plan. He will have something else for me. Bhojana achadame vritaha chintana kurvanti vaishnavaha. Sadeva vishwambaraha bhaktanam kim upekshate. Beautiful argument is putting. Bhojana achadame means prasadam. Achadame means roof over the top, that is shelter. For these 2 things, Vaishnavas don't worry. Vaishnavas don't think about this. When will I get the place to stay? When will I get the next prasadam? Why? Sadeva vishwambaraha. Their Lord, our devotees' Lord is Vishwambar. He is providing to the whole world. Even to those who don't worship him, he is providing. Bhaktanam kim upekshate. How he will reject his own devotees? Prabhupada writes, devotees are in a family relationship with Krishna. He is our father, he is our mother. Very beautiful verse, you know. The Dwarkavasis pray so beautifully to Krishna. You can sing this. Bhavaya nastam Bhava Vishwa Bhavana Tvameva Mata Ata Suhrit Patih Pita Tvam Sadgurur Naha Paramauncha Daivatam Yasya Anuvritya Krutino Babhuvima. See, they say so many different relationships in which they see Krishna. Bhavaya nastam Bhava Vishwa Bhavana. You are Vishwa Bhavana, you are the creator of the whole universe. Tvameva Mata, you are our mother. Suhrit Pati Pita, you are our well-wisher. You are our Lord. You are our Pita. Tvam Sadguru, you are our Sadguru also. Paramam Daivatam, you are our Supreme Lord also. Because we were having all this relationship with you, we have become successful in life. Not because we have all these big opulence and all. So somehow or other, we have to develop these relationships within Krishna, and you can't develop the relationship artificially. You have to develop it naturally. And the process Prabhupada is so beautifully given. Every day we do Mangalarti, every day we do chanting, every day we do Bhagavatam, we do Seva, we do nice prachar. When we do all these things, then naturally our relationship, Swayameva Spuratyadaha, automatically it will be revealed. We don't have to say, go and ask Guru Maharaj, what is my eternal relationship with Krishna? First of all, give up your relationship with body. One day you don't eat prasad, one time you don't eat your meal, you are so much worried. Truckloads of khichdi you have eaten, one day you don't eat, you will die. How much khichdi we have eaten? How much dal, rice, chapati, everything we have eaten? That is how we should give the argument to the mind. Otherwise the mind will go for every small things. Up to here you will be full, and you will see one cake or something in the Govindas and you want to eat that also. Which is not the way. This is all stop the pratikriya. So, nirapeksham. Munim, when you have no expectations, you will not unnecessarily expect this person should give me, that person should give me. Simple, no expectations at all. Huh? No apeksha at all. See, apa iksha, that word itself is so beautiful. Apa iksha. Iksha means seeing. Apa means opposite. You are seeing opposite. I will die, but I am thinking that I will not die. I am hoping that I will not die. I will die. Definitely I will become old. Definitely I will be deceased. But I am thinking all these things will not happen. Still in the corner of our mind I am still thinking that I am still young, all these things will happen. But we are apa iksha, opposite we are seeing, opposite of what is the reality. We have to see in the proper way, we should see. Accept it. Demons expect, devotees accept. Accept the situation. So nirapeksham, first quality he says is nirapeksham. Don't worry, in the office you have something, you have the work, you keep doing. They don't give you rise, they don't give you higher grade or whatever. Just do it. Whatever work is given, you do it. If you don't like that thing, you change the job. But same thing will continue in other jobs also. Somebody you have luck, you may change. But then you have to accept that this is the nature of this world. Because this world is full of exploitation. You know, so much exploitation is there. They will squeeze you so much and then give you. This is not going to work. So nirapeksham. When we develop this quality, then we become muni. Muni means thoughtful. We will have time. When you don't have expectation, you will have all the time in the world. So in Bhagavatam, if you want to know all these things we are saying, we need to have seminars on time management, or seminars on how to expertly manage our time and prioritization and all those things. You do na. You just read Bhagavatam, automatically time management will happen. Because Bhagavatam tells you don't have expectation. Bhagavatam tells you don't exploit. Bhagavatam tells you no counteraction. All these things are the wastage of time. When you stop these things, you will have so much time. That is how you just go and do the thing with all the extra time that you have. You can save time simply by avoiding these things. So you save the time from nirapeksham, put it in muni, become thoughtful. Thoughtful means why this is happening. It is Krishna's hand. The moment you become muni, you see Krishna's hand in everything. Chitraketu saw Krishna's hand in the curse. Pariksit Maharaj saw Krishna's hand in the curse. So both of them had the opportunity to glorify Krishna. Right? Vidura saw Krishna's hand in Duryodhana's blasphemy. He got opportunity to serve Krishna in yatras. Right? Every single devotee you see in Bhagavatam, they saw Krishna's hand in everything. That is the best way to avoid pratikriya. Always see this thing. That Krishna's hand, if you see in everything, there is nothing that will come to our way. It's a beautiful, beautiful point we have to understand. So Muni, you from Nirapeksham, you get the time to do being thoughtful. When you see everything in Krishna's hand, Krishna will give us the intelligence to do seva to him. He will give us the opportunity. See, who gives us the opportunity to sit here and discuss Bhagavatam? Krishna has chosen each one of us. Otherwise, here in this Pune, so many people are there. Anybody could have come. Why they are not able to come? He has chosen. He has seen the sincerity in our heart. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. He is seeing what is in our heart. And then dadami buddhi yogam tam. Come on, you take your bike or car and then go to the Kunji Viharji or Radha Vrindavan Chandra NVCC. Bhagavatam class is there, Mangalarati is there, you go. Krishna gives us the intelligence and the capacity. Muni. Then when you see Krishna's hand in everything, you become Shanta. Completely peaceful. You see someone else's thing in everything. This person is the cause of my problem. He is only telling someone else to become my enemy. He is telling bad things about me to other person. Otherwise, that person had a good opinion about me. Like this, we think so many things now. All these things because we don't see Krishna as the ultimate handling everything. Moment you be thoughtful and see Krishna's hand, you become Shanta. Shantaha Samadrisha Shuddha. Krishna is Shantakaram. He is the Akar, Shanta Akar. And we have little bit of touch of that Shanta Akar, we become Shanta also. So, Nirapeksham, Munim, Shantam. When you are Muni and Shanta, then you give up envy also, Nirvairam. Nirvairam, because you see that that person is the cause of, not the cause of my problem. So, Nirvairam, no envy against anybody. He is only troubling me so much. She is only troubling me so much. He is not allowing me to do my seva properly. She is not allowing me to seva properly. Like this, we have so many tukas in our mind, concoctions and speculations, that we disturb. We become envious of these persons, whoever comes in our way. See Krishna's hand, then you become non-envious. And then you see everybody equally, Samadarshanam. Everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. These 5 qualities, if you possess, then what Krishna says, Nirvairam Samadarshanam, Anuvrajami Aham Nityam. Anuvrajami Aham Nityam. Means I follow him closely. I follow behind him so closely that the dust from his lotus feet will fall on my body and I will be purified. Who is telling this? Krishna himself is telling this. How much he must be valuing these 5 qualities. Just remember Prabhu's Mataji. These 5 qualities only he says, just develop. That too, one quality you develop, all the others will automatically follow. Only thing you should develop is Nirapeksham. Then Pratikriya, all these things will stop. Don't have any expectation for respect. Little expectation of respect you have, then finished. The whole thing is finished. One moment Pariksit Maharaj thought he is the king. Little bit water at least he should give. I am not asking for anything else. Just little bit of water only. End of the day, when you see all the problems as your own thing, then Krishna reveals that no, this is all arranged by me. In Chitraketu's case also, it was not Chitraketu's fault. Krishna wanted him to come early back to Golokundavan. He wanted Pariksit Maharaj to come back to Golokundavan. But he gives all these things only through negative, some little negative things will be there. Why? Because we are always faced with negative problems, negativities and this thing in the world. So how to see negativities as positive is the biggest challenge we have. You see, positive you can see positive, but negative how you can see positive? That is the teachings of Bhagavatam. All unfavorable circumstances also you turn into saying positive. See, there is one purport in Bhagavatam, 1:17-22. This purport is about the bull and the cow, no? Dharma bull and mother cow. They are discussing, and because that Kali Purusha is cutting the legs of the bull, and he is taken out the calf also. So they both are crying. But during that difficult circumstances also they are remembering Krishna's qualities. And then Pariksit Maharaj comes there and he is really infuriated. Who can do this thing? And then that Kali Purusha is standing just next to them. And he is asking the bull and the cow. Yeah, he is asking the bull and the cow, who did this to you? You tell me. You are the witness. If you tell me, I will immediately punish that man. At that time, they are saying that we don't want to identify anybody as our problem creator. Why? Because those who are identifying the problem creator, they also get the same punishment as the problem creator. That is the dharma, that is the dharmic code, principle. So, Prabhupada says beautifully in the purport, Mahavishnu Maharaj said that if you simply follow this one purport, your whole life will be successful and you don't have to worry about following any other verses or purport of Bhagavatam. This one purport is enough to follow. I will read slowly, please hear carefully. A devotee's conclusion is that no one is directly responsible for being a benefactor or mischief monger without the sanction of the Lord. Krishna's sanction, without Krishna's sanction, nothing happens. Everything happens by Krishna's sanction only. That we have to be 100% confirmed. Therefore, he does not consider anyone to be directly responsible for such action. Nobody is directly responsible. Chitraketu also doesn't see Parvati as the reason for the curse. And Pariksit Maharaj also doesn't see that Shringi as the reason for that. You can see, read from there. But in both the cases, he takes it for granted that either benefit or loss is God sent. Krishna has sent this. And thus it is his grace. Loss is also grace only. Loss is also grace only. In case of benefit, no one will deny that it is God sent. But in case of loss or reverses, one becomes doubtful about how the Lord could be so unkind to his devotee as to put him in great difficulty. He is reading our mind, Prabhupada, and he is giving this argument. Yeah, accept good thing when it happens, we accept it is Krishna's mercy. When unfavorable thing happens, negative things happen, we don't see that Krishna's mercy. Why? That is our deficiency. Jesus Christ was seemingly put into such great difficulty, being crucified by the ignorant. But he was never angry at the mischief mongers. That is the way of accepting a thing, either favorable or unfavorable. Thus, for a devotee, the identifier is equally a sinner like the mischief monger. By God's grace, the devotee tolerates all reverses. Maharaj Pariksit observed this, and therefore he could understand that the bull was no other than the personality of religion himself. This is how when we follow the codes of Dharma, we are identified as dharmic people. No pratikriya is the first thing that we follow. Bull and cow didn't do any pratikriya. Instead, they focused on Krishna, glorifying Krishna. In other words, a devotee has no suffering at all, because so-called suffering is also God's grace for a devotee who sees God in everything. Please underline this line. Such a beautiful line. Huh? This purport itself is so beautiful. On top of it, this line is so beautiful. Huh? I'll read this again. In other words, a devotee has no suffering at all, because so-called suffering is also God's grace for a devotee who sees God in everything. The cow and the bull never place any complaint before the king for being tortured by the personality of Kali, although everyone lodges such complaint before the state authorities. First thing, we are waiting to lodge complaints. But Pariksit Maharaj is personally coming and asking, still they are not telling. And the Kali Purusha is just sitting next to them only. Easily they could have said, he is the one who caused. But they didn't see that person as the cause. This Krishna is doing this. This extraordinary behavior of the bull made the king conclude the bull was certainly the personality of religion, for no one else could understand the finer intricacies of the codes of religion. Finer intricacies of the codes of religion. Very fine it is. What is your priority? Bhagavatam is your priority or Pratikriya is your priority? From smallest things to biggest things, we should stop the Pratikriya. Then Bhagavatam is so much in us that because we are with Bhagavatam, we become so blissful. And you will see that, like how Prabhupada didn't do any Pratikriya in his whole life. And because he did not do Pratikriya, wherever he went, he was successful and was glorified. And one side he was not doing Pratikriya, another side he was doing glorification of Krishna. He was always singing Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari. And we are singing Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. In the entire world, it is divided into 24 time zones. 24 time zones, hai na? Now we are what? 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Now in Australia, it is already afternoon. In the UK, it is early morning Mangalarti time. And US, it is night. So in every time zone, there is ISKCON temple is there. So throughout the day, Prabhupada's glorification is going on. How nice it is. Because you are simply you stopped Pratikriya and put the time in Bhagavatam and enjoy Bhagavatam and distribute that same bliss to everyone. Everything will fall in place. And we will be so blissful, cheerful, prasanna chetasa. Okay. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Did I have questions, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, but like we have our ashram, Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram. So we have some expectation from each other, like fellow devotees, because in ashram there is codes of conducts are there. Like we have to get up early in the morning. I can't say we can't expect those who are like managing the ashram. They say we have to expect devotees. They have to come on time on Mangalarti, chant. They have some codes of conduct. So there, how we see this principle application, whether I don't expect there to be, because it will be I just want to clarification on this.
Just sleep as much as you want. Come for prasadam, that's enough. Actually, Prabhupada started like that. He didn't insist anybody to come for Mangalarati and all that. Just take the ISKCON bullets, and they were only taking ISKCON bullets and dal, roti, chapati, everything. And after that, they all became wonderful devotees. Actually, these are not expectations, Prabhu. These are not expectations. What you are saying, they are not expectations. They are code of conduct. When you go to become a policeman, you have to act like a policeman. When you may be a government official, you should do the duty of a government official. So anybody who is into ashrama, they should be trained to follow the codes of conduct. And if they are not able to, we should train them in a nice way, depending on their mood and their level. They will be very young. They may be like really fiery for some days. Then they will go down after some time. Or they will be like, they will just go on in their own manda, the state only. You have to tolerate them. But at the same time, the code of conduct has to be very clearly set. Unless you set the code of conduct, like prasadam is there, boga is there, you can't waste prasadam. Take only as much as you need. And then if you do like that, then they will not waste. So this is called organized effort, Prabhupada says. Pariksit Maharaj made an organized effort. Organization. If there is an organization, there should be an organizing. It has to be organized. Right? In your office you go, you are expected to work office work. You can't sit there and sing Govinda Madi Purusham Tammaham Bhajami or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. They are not giving salary for that. Right? Same way, when you come to the temple, there are certain rules that we follow. So that is expected from a brahmachari. Same thing as grihasthas also. They will have to do certain things which Prabhupada has given already, the codes of conduct. But what we have to do is, we should not expect this person should come, that person should come. That expectation is not from our point of view. See, I remember my friends from many years ago, Radhesham Prabhu, he used to travel those days when it was not there, many years ago, 95, 96. Those days, he would travel, he was in Chowpatty. He would travel from Chowpatty to Pune, and some of my friends, they were working in Bajaj and other companies here. So they were in a hostel. They were studying IIT thing also. They were studying, and some of them are working. So he would come and he would simply lie down in the floor only, and he will clean their house also. It will be very dirty. The hostel means how it will be. So he will clean their place also, and he will teach them Bhagavad Gita, and he will come all the way 4 hours from Bombay to Pune, teach them, and overnight he will stay. Morning he will do Mangalarti, and then he will go away. So beginning days we will have to do austerity. So much of austerity Prabhupada did. He could have immediately said, you should learn this, you should learn that, everything. But he didn't. He only did Hare Krishna mantra. Slowly everything will fall in place. And that is where patience is very much required. Patience and complete faith in Krishna, that he will make sure the living entities will grow nicely in devotional service. And while doing that, Prabhu, one thing, that expectation what we should be avoiding is that, I am the manager, I am this temple man, and they should come and do this, otherwise my service is getting disturbed. They are supposed to do this. Identification should not be there. They are doing service to Krishna. When you have this 100% feeling, mood that they are doing service to Krishna, then you will talk to them lovingly. Prabhuji, Mataji, you are doing seva, Rajbhog seva to Krishna. he has to come on, you have to come on time and cook. And when you keep the vessels, you should clean it properly. This is all Krishna's thing. No, can you please do it? Like that when you say, there is no expectation there. And they will also take it nicely. They will say, if I have expectation in me, hey, I am the one who is responsible for Rajbhog Seva and these people are not doing, then say, what is this Prabhuji, what is this Mataji, you are not doing this Seva properly. We ask like this, then disturbs the fiber of relationship, right? So, the mood with which we approach determines the bhav with which we speak to them, we interact with people. You got it? And then there won't be any expectations. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji, you are saying we should not do pratikriya, we should not oppose. So in this material world, if we are not oppose, then they may do more and more pressurizes. So,
they will take advantage of you.
Yes. So how we can manage?
That is why this purport is so difficult to digest. That is why Maharaj said, if this one purport you digest, then you learn the whole Bhagavatam. You will realize it later. When we are young, we will be thinking that, how can we do without pratikriya? For that only this snake, Narada Muni advises to the snake, at least you raise the hood, don't bite but raise the hood. That story is there, right? But that is on the lower level. That is on the lower level. When you cannot follow this, then follow that. Sometimes you raise also, they will beat you. Right? Just because you speak, it doesn't mean that they will be afraid of you. So, and artificially also you cannot say, I will not do pratikriya, I will not do pratikriya. But when you become old and incapacitated, that time, even you try to do pratikriya, you cannot do. You got it? That time only Bhagavatam will come for help. Nobody will listen to you. If you have Bhagavatam, at least you can share some slokas, some bhajans or something to the grandchildren. You keep on telling, when I was young, I was doing this. When I was young, I was doing that. That is what most of the See, in India at least, because we are taking care of the grandfather, grandmother, they tell to the grandchildren. पोते को बताते हैं ना, मैंने ऐसा किया, ऐसा किया. So the grandchildren are a little bit loving. But in the US and all, no, if you see, they send the children to the outside to the hostel and all within 14-15 years. So they become really old. You will see them walking. I have seen many people walking and talking to themselves. They are just talking to themselves. They have nobody to talk to. So they are talking to themselves. Imagine what a miserable state that is. If you have Bhagavatam, at least you will be chanting some slokas and going. That is why we have to do these be attached to Krishna in the form of sound vibration. If you have attached to holy names, you will chant Hare Krishna mantra. You will do japa whenever you get an opportunity. Genuine love for this should be there. Then you will forget about this thing. We are having this doubt because we are still wondering, is there a possibility of being peaceful in this world without devotional service? That is our secret bottom of the heart, that hope is still there. That is why we are still thinking that somehow or other I want to do pratikriya and still be a devotee. But that is where Krishna is telling, he is very clear. If you really want genuine love, you want genuine love for Krishna, then you stop doing pratikriya. No pratikriya is the best pratikriya. You will be joyful and happy, Prabhu, if you don't do pratikriya. Many times we also get, we feel like agitated. This person is galatfehmi ho gaya unko. They are thinking bad about me. They have some misconception about me. So you feel so many times, 100 times you argue. I mean, you are thinking in your mind, I should talk like this to this person. I should talk like this to that person. I keep on thinking like that. That whole days and days of thinking, I don't have Bhagavatam at all with me. That person and that talk is only with me. If somebody is thinking something about us, what does it have to do in relationship between me and my Guru and Krishna? Have you thought of it? Somebody in the street is telling something about you. You don't care for it, no? We are unnecessarily creating these artificial relationships in this world. That is why we cannot take it. We are so much worried. I cannot be called a bad man. Always I want to be called as a good man. Here Chitraketu could have thought that I was just telling simple thing. Shiva and I are very good friends. Both of us are worshipping Shankarshan only. But he just accepted. So what did Krishna do? You give such nice shloka and Shankarshan, the 4 shlokas. Mamottama shloka janeshu sakyam. And then Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Kagaha. These are so beautiful verses coming up. Isn't it? This is just, I think it is before. Yes, it came before itself. So these are all such beautiful shloka. How much bhakti he is giving? Only because he didn't do pratikriya. Indradimna Raja also, Maharaja also, he didn't do pratikriya to when Agastya caused him as elephant. He got an opportunity to glorify. Otherwise, we would not have known what prayers he learnt in Indradimna. Because he accepted the curse, as Gajendra, he revealed all those prayers. Right? So this material world will always drag you to low gutter. So don't unnecessarily think. Try once or twice, you will feel happy. Then you will take that as your standard way of behaving. Such a nice thing, Pratikriya. Yes, Prabhu. I think Gaurlila Prabhu has a question.
Prabhu, Narad Muni advised the snake to raise hood. Narad Muni is advising the snake to raise hood. So, is this license given to us in some situations that we can do pratikriya?
The thing is, because it is snake, he asked it to raise the hood. If it is a man, he would not have told it to them. Because snake is always considered as an envious entity. Even if it is not biting, we are afraid of the snake, isn't it? Yes, no, Prabhu. We run away if the snake comes here. And in fact, if of all the animals, only for the snake, they say beating the dead snake also. You don't beat a dead tiger. You don't beat a dead elephant. You don't beat a dead dog. But you beat a dead snake. Because it bites you even if you don't harm it. So people are really wanting to, the dead snake is so dangerous. So that is why if people think bad about you, then for a snake, which does not, even if it does not have people think bad about it, he said, okay, raise your hood. But for us, because snake cannot understand pratikriya, he took it wrongly. But then for us, the more we stop doing pratikriya, the more we will be closer to Krishna. See, that line is so beautiful. The one who sees God in everything, for them no suffering at all. Somebody धोखा देता है या हमारे लाभ उठाते हैं, he is just taking advantage of our what is that word? Advantage of our softness. How does it matter? So we have to understand that instructions are given at a certain point for this thing. Narad Muni advised the same thing to Mrigari also, Valmiki also. He didn't tell them to do pratikriya. He just gave holy names. Isn't it? So Pariksit Maharaj on his own, he thought he should not do pratikriya. Right? So much time can be saved, Prabhu. We don't understand. When we are young, we think that time waste is not a problem. When we are old, we will be thinking, oh, I could have read properly Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, I could have chanted more. Because memory will go down. Our eyesight will go down. Our hearing capacity will go down. At that time, even if you want to do it, you will not be able to do. So the more we are with Krishna, the more we can, in the future also we can be with Krishna for a longer period of time. Yes, Prabhuji. Huh? This was given by Prabhu. That is because Prabhupada only gave, because it is for people at different levels. People at a lower level of consciousness, they may take advantage of that. But then the results are not in their hands. If you just raise the hood also, they will beat. So you raise your voice, they may do. I am not telling don't do pratikriya at all. You can do pratikriya, but in such a way that it doesn't create more pratikriya. You understand? You can tell the office office person that, the manager, that you have to give me a raise. What if that person says, no, you leave the job? You have to accept it. You do pratikriya, but you have to accept the reactions of the pratikriya also, result of the pratikriya also. You understood? Nobody is saying don't do pratikriya. Do pratikriya in such a way that it doesn't create more and more and more. Then they will say, oh, he is doing this like that. He is asking for money. He will not do the job properly. Then he will say, okay, you go alone, I will bring another person to replace in your place. Like that it will happen. And for the fear of losing the job, if you don't do also, that is also there. You may not want to do it. You may be fed up with that thing that, okay, let me move to another job. That also you can do. But then whatever comes in your way in this material world, one situation is not better than another situation. That we have to be 100% sure about. You cannot say that, yes, Prabhuji. You have.
So, last one question. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, you said anapeksha, we should not have any expectation. That is understood. That we'll try to practice. But should it mean that we should not take any due diligence in a problematic situation? We should take, right?
The due diligence is what you called, what you call it as, you think who is the cause of this situation? Who is creating the situation in me?
Like for example, in case of Gajendra, you said as a Indradyumna Maharaj, he did not take pratikriya.
Evam vyavasito buddhya.
Yes, correct. But when he became Gajendra, he took due diligence.
What due diligence he did? Evam vyavasito buddhya samadaya manohridi japa paramam japyam pragjanmani anushikshitam. The previous life, whatever he learned, evam vyavasito. What evam vyavasito buddhya? Yah kaschanesho balinontakoragat prachanda vegat abhidhavato brusham bhitam prapanno paripati yad bhayan mrityo pradavatyarnam tamimahi. He is almost given up. He fought for a long time and he said, no, I am not in this, I am in a foreign place, I cannot do anything now. So at that time, yah kaschanesho, any person who balino antaguragat, this snake of death. Again, the snake of death is continuously chasing us. So you are afraid of the snake of death. And you are running so fast, and the snake is also bhitam prapannam. See, prachanda vegat. What is the quality of this snake of death? Prachanda vegat, very fearsome force it is. It doesn't stop at any moment. It keeps on chasing us. When you are sleeping also it is chasing. When you are eating also it is chasing. When you are happy also it is chasing. When you are sad also it is chasing. Continuously it is chasing. So, prachanda vegat abhidhavato pusham. Wherever you run, it will keep following you. Then we are afraid of this. So, what should we do? Bhitam prapannam. Bhita means one who is afraid of this. Prapannam. Paripati yadbhaya. Go and surrender to Krishna. Mrityuh pradavati aranam tamimahi. When the death personified is chasing you, the snake is chasing you, Krishna is standing here, Radha Kunj is standing here, you are running towards him, you are surrendering to him, and this Mrityu, because Mrityor namamyaham, he is death for the death personified also. So the moment he sees Krishna, it runs away in opposite direction. So that's why evam vyavasito buddhya, understanding that now I have to do prapannam to Krishna. That is the only way I can get rid of the fear of death. I cannot avoid death, but I can avoid the fear of death. It's two things, they are different. Got it?
But 1,000 years he tried, he did due diligence. 1,000 years he tried.
Yeah, he tried.
And then only he got the realization that I should do.
Yes, he had 1,000 years to do that, Prabhu. How much time we have?
No, basically I am saying that we should or should not do due diligence.
You can do, see, ultimately, whatever due diligence you do, end should be that everything is happening by Krishna's arrangement.
Correct.
This Magarmacha also is Krishna's form. When you see that way, you will not unnecessarily hate that person. So, he had the time to do for 1,000 years, and then he saw, for him also death is coming. Then, evam vyavasito buddhya. Samadhaya became samad. It's a sama. He has become peaceful. Manohridi. He is putting his mind in the heart. Heart means Krishna. He is putting the mind in the lotus feet of Krishna. Japa. Again he is repeating that same prayer. Paramam japyam. Prag janmani anushikshitam. He said, I will just pray to Krishna. In that entire prayer you see, Prabhu, not one verse he says, please save me. His 128 qualities he sings in that. He is completely submerged in the water. He can't even speak out loud, but he is somehow or other he is singing. These examples are given to us that in all difficult circumstances, take to Krishna, go to Krishna. Sir, just lovingly go to Krishna. Definitely it will work. Whatever doubts we have, everything will be solved by Krishna. He will lovingly, as a loving father, he will give us. Why to still have? Due diligence you can do. When we are young, we can do. When you are old, we cannot even have the intelligence to do the due diligence. What will you do? Right? You should train yourself in such a way that every due diligence should lead to seeing Krishna's hand in everything. So it should become a natural thing for you. If you keep on coming to Mangalarti, automatically you will get up at 3:30, 3:45 or whatever time, right? Be there for the 4:30 Mangalarti. Correct? So it become natural thing for you. Same way, develop this natural quality that you are that you see Krishna's hand in everything. That's why Avanti Brahmana says, if you bite your tongue with your own teeth, who is to blame? Right? Sukasya dukkasya nakopi data paro datati iti kubuddhi resha purakritam karma sadaiva bujyate dehin kvachinastarayat tvayakritam. If I have fever, should I blame you that because of you I got fever? Or should I blame him because of him I got fever? This body is there, I am thinking body, I have the fever. That's all. If it will be there, it will go away. So sukasya dukkasya na kopita. Nobody gives sukha and dukkha. Paro dadati. Others are giving me. That is what kubuddhi person thinks. Stupid person, idiot things like that. Purakritam karma, whatever karma you did in your past, that is what you are sadaiva bujyate, enjoying or suffering. So he is telling solution in the last line. Dehin kvachin. As long as you are in this body, nistara, tolerate. What is the big thing about tolerate? You have to tolerate. That is a big solution? No. Tvaya kritam. Whatever you did, whatever karma you did, that only you tolerate. I am not tolerating his karma, his karma, his karma. I am not tolerating others' karma. I am tolerating my own karma. Because of my own karma, I am getting all these more and more situations. So stop all these things about he is, she is, nayam janome sukha dukkha hetu. Nobody is the cause of my thing. Only manah param karanam. Mind is the only problem. Just bring that mind forcefully, hold its head and surrender it in lotus feet of Radha Kunja Bihari. It will never rebel. And if it rebels, you just neglect it. Mind will tell you, you have to do pratikriya. It's only mind telling this, you have to do pratikriya, you have to do pratikriya. You do pratikriya to the mind. No, read Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam. Then it will automatically keep quiet. Thank you so much. Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Tagore Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Actually I was worried that I will not see the Sadhu Mahatma, His Grace Kanai Thakur Prabhu. Right on time he had come. So thank you so much. Vaikunta Priya Darshanam. Thank you so much. No, that doesn't matter. But I have to take your darshan. That has happened. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Let us thank His Grace Kalchakra Krishna Prabhu for giving such a wonderful insight of Srimad Bhagavatam today. It was very good verse, and you are at that same time, like it was very matching. Thank you. So let us thank him by chanting one time Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.